Good night, everyone. I want to welcome everyone to tonight's presentation. It is my pleasure to introduce to you tonight's presenter. Um, Myself and my wife Sonia are going to go through discussing preparing for the financial flood. Over to you, Sonia.
Good night, everyone, and welcome to tonight's session where we are going to be looking at preparing for the financial flood. I pray that everyone is well, and we intend to get this session going so that you can partake of the information and get to your beds or whatever else you'll be doing tonight. So welcome to everyone who's on early. So getting right into this session, Carl is presenting to us tonight, preparing for the financial flood, investing wisely to build and sustain wealth. So I'm just here to do an introduction, and then I'll hand back over to Carl and he'll take you through the presentation. I just wanted to touch on this very quickly in relation to why a financial flood. And when we look at the definition of the word flood, and I'm using the Merriam-Webster dictionary, there are two particular definitions that I've selected from the list of definitions when you look at the word flood as a noun. The first one is a rising and overflowing of a body of water, especially onto normally dry land. I'll say that again. A flood can be defined as a rising and overflowing of a body of water, especially onto normally dry land. There's another one here that says an overwhelming quantity or volume, or a state of abundant flow or volume, or of greatest activity. And when I look at this definition or these definitions and I look at the financial flood, two things come to mind. One, a flood of finances or abundance coming to what would be considered a dry season in our lives. Some people call it a dry spell. Some people call it lack. People may even go as far as to call it poverty. And a flood of finances coming onto what was normally dry. Another thing that comes to mind is not only just the flood in terms of the flood of finances coming, but it causes me to consider the source of this flood, the source of this abundance, or the source of this volume of, in quotation marks, water that is coming onto normally dry land. And as I was speaking to Carl before the presentation, I was saying to him, he mentioned the word dam. And we know a dam is where you will normally keep a large body of water. And I asked him, can we see it as a dam releasing uncertainty, releasing a flood of uncertainty? Or can we see it as waves of abundance? So when we look at the financial flood, we can look at it from the perspective of a dam being unlocked and releasing uncertainty into our lives, or we can look at it from the perspective of waves of abundance coming into our life. And we know that the economies are changing day by day, moment by moment. We know of the many talks about going cashless, about going digital, about coming away from fiat and cash as we know it. We know about the one world dollar that's being talked about. We know about the one world governments that have been talked about. And we know about all of the different things that are going on that makes people look at money different, makes people look at their wealth different, makes people look at themselves different, their jobs, their education, their family, their future. It makes them look at these things differently because money impacts all of these things. It even makes them look at their health different. And so as we look at preparing for the financial flood, investing wisely to build and sustain wealth, I like that Carl includes both build and sustain, because it's one thing to get it up from the ground and go up. It's another thing to sustain the quality of what you have built over time. And so we are not just preparing for wealth, preparing for a financial flood, but we want to ensure that we are building a quality experience, a quality product, a quality service, and being able to sustain that over time. And just as Carl is working hard behind the scenes to, work on the GXC system and, fulfill all of the projections and stuff that he's made as he observes the stock markets, and even in relation to the unique technologies and innovative technologies that he's working on, he sought to bring this presentation tonight as a means of literally preparing you for what's to come. And as he goes through the presentation, he also share with you that this financial flood does not only exist or originate with Bridge Force Technologies and the GXC system. There's a financial flood that's going to impact, or is going to bring to light other aspects in terms of the sources of this flood, the sources of the water, quote unquote, that's going to come and bring the abundance. And even as I close, I mentioned the word abundance. One thing that I am constantly challenged to think about, and I encourage you to think about as well tonight, ponder on as Carol goes through the presentation. Am I attracting, this is a question, am I attracting abundance into my life? Am I attracting abundance by my mindset, by the words that I speak, by the actions that I'm taking? Our words, our thoughts, and our actions will either attract or repel abundance. And so as we prepare for the financial flood, and we speak into being that it will be one of great abundance and not just a flood of uncertainty, because we know that we will all face uncertainty as the days go by. We want to ensure that this abundance is flowing our way as well. So I'll hand over to Carl at this time to take you through the presentation on preparing for the financial flood. What he's proposing, presenting in this presentation tonight is not basically like sealed, signed, and delivered in terms of the only way to look at the abundance, the only way to consider investing wisely to build and sustain wealth. But this is a presentation that he's put together based on his observations, his projections, and his experience. And he sought to come and share this information with you. We know that Carl is one that's always researching, he's always studying something, he's always gathering information. And so this is just a presentation that he's put together to prepare you for the financial flood that he sees on the horizon for all of us. So welcome again to everyone that would have joined since we started. I am Sonia Scatterbraid, Carl's wife, and I just sought to do a little introduction in relation to the next presentation. So at this time, I'm going to hand over to Carl, and he's going to take you slide by slide through the presentation. The session is being recorded, so if there's any information that you might miss or you might not grasp fully, I believe that the presentation will be made available after. Carl would decide how best, if it's going to be PDF, if it's going to be YouTube video, so that you can, absorb it and digest it in your own spare time. So over to you, Carl, and welcome again to everyone who joined after the initial 1, 2, 3 welcomes that we've already done.
Thank you so much, Sonny, for doing an excellent job. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you go through this presentation, I want you to focus on one thing and let it resonate. We took some time to, within the last, I would say 2 hours, we revamped the entire layout of the presentation. The presentation was filled with green and growth, but then we really connected to the ideology and the visuals of a flood, and that's what we came up with, preparing for the financial flood. Originally, we had in 2024, and we decided that we're going to change it from that and present this. So this, like Sonia mentioned, is all about investing wisely to build and sustain wealth. Today's date, April the 13th, And the presentation was prepared by Trivium Strategic Alliance Group. The importance of investing. So this is a pure call out to our last presentation in the BFT Success Series. Investing is vital for clients of Bridge4 Technologies and the wider Caribbean residents as a whole, offering a path to financial security and the realization of long-term goals is not just for the wealth and affluent members of society. Starting with small investments can pave the way for a brighter financial future. By investing wisely, you can outpace inflation, build wealth, and turn your financial aspirations into reality. Now, if you look at this plant on the right-hand side, this takes time to build. The stem comes out first, and then the leaves grow. Even before you see this, ladies and gentlemen, this started out as a seed. This is a concept that Sonia built very well before. Roots. And that's Bridge4 Technologies. We want to allow this stem to branch across Barbados and allow the leaves of financial wealth to touch all Barbadians and by extension the Caribbean. Now, this is an acronym that I created, and we're gonna each of these elements are going to be in a slide to follow. How to prepare for the financial flood. F, focus on alternative sources of income. Now this is huge. Bridge4 is telling you, yes, we're telling you to focus on alternative sources of income outside of Bridge4 Technologies, outside of your job or career. That is paramount to prepare for what is coming. Since there's so much wealth coming, there can be multiple streams available for Barbadians and others alike. So Bridge4 Technologies isn't the end all of making money in Barbados. It isn't. So we want to let you know that Bridge4 Technologies will assist you. We will be right there with you as you look, research, bring opportunities to us, and we will vet them for you and let you know this is a great investment to make, and also encourage Bridge4 Technologies to join with you. L, leverage innovative technology. And that is part and parcel what Bridge4 Technology is all about. Our companion app, stacks, tangibles. I can go on and on and on, but Bridge4 Technologies is all about innovative technology. Now, this is where things are going to get a little bit complex, or you're going to have to organize all financial information using tools and so forth. Another O. Now, this is also huge on digital assets. Now, we're going to delve into what custody really means later on in presentation. And lastly, D, deposit funds regularly into trusted investments. So we first started off as focused on alternative sources of income. We ended up right back there. We want you to deposit funds into regularly trusted investments along with Bridge4 Technologies. Bridge4 Technologies is not saying we're the only company out there that has a proven investment plan for you. We let you know there are going to be other companies that will do such like, and we will help you research, vet, invest, and protect your investments in these companies. Okay, so that brings out the 5 elements of how to prepare for the financial flood, and I'll go through each of these slides to follow. Now, focus on alternative sources of income. Now, before I read the description there, I want you to take your eyes on the gentleman on the right. So that gentleman is me. Yeah. Okay. So my wife has a garden, and if you look at what he's doing, he's pouring water over a box with leaves or plants in it. But if you take your eyes and look at the very base of the box, there are 2 shrubs there. This is happening in reality. My wife has 2 plastic drums that have plants in them. Some of them have okras, some of them have spinach, some of them has parsley, carrots, and so forth. But there's a plant that is like right smack dab in between them, and that grows. So as I'm watering these plants, there's another plant that my wife did not plant. It just grew up, and that's being watered as well. So this is what we want to do at Bridge First Technology. We don't only want you to, when you become wealthy, you receive tangibles, to put your funds only into Bridge First Technology. That's not what we want. The funds are coming, ladies and gentlemen. They are coming, and we want you to know that we're going to help you look and focus on alternative sources of income. So just keep that imagery in your mind, that even because of the sheer proximity of these opportunities, you can benefit. Now, one of the benefits of finding alternative sources of income is the opportunity to increase your financial stability and security. Diversifying your income streams can provide a buffer against economic downturns or unexpected expenses, ensuring that you have a steady flow of money, even if, now this is Bridge First Technology telling you this, even if the GAXT system is temporarily disrupted, loss of internet, your laptop crashed, something happened to the server, that can happen. We deal with the technology here, ladies and gentlemen. Additionally, alternative sources of income can help you achieve your financial goals faster. Yes, Bridge First Technology said it. We want you to look at alternative ways of making money, not only Bridge First Technologies, whether it is saving for a major purchase, building an emergency fund, which you spoke about already, or investing for the future. By exploring different avenues of earning money outside of Bridge First Technologies, you can improve your financial resilience and create a more secure future for yourself and your family. This had to be the first slide, ladies and gentlemen, that my extensive research and development, there are other companies in Barbados, just to name a few, Trust Loans, Fund Access. Even Kia Shepherd has an element for businesses. That there are, ladies and gentlemen, there are avenues out there that are entities that are giving us opportunities to build wealth. Okay, so we just want to let you know that those things exist not only in Barbados but internationally as well. Now, these are some alternative sources of income. Now, this list was far-reaching. So what I tried to do, I tried to reduce the options to make it applicable to us here in Barbados. Now, I broke it down into two columns here. If you are as an individual, what you can do as an individual, and then what you can do as a community or a team. I'll start with an individual first. You can do freelancing, web design, so forth, like that. You can do rental income. If you have a property and you have a part of your property you want to rent out, do that. Investments, Bridge First Technologies, little plug there. Online businesses. So not only do you have your brick and mortar business, you can invest in a website and now provide your service and products online. Side hustles. Now, myself and my wife were deliberating whether or not to take this out or leave it. But let's be honest, that a lot of persons look at your current job and may not be meeting your financial requirements or your pension or your investment plan. Some persons just do things on the side to make ends meet. So I just want to make sure that is also another way as well. Monetizing your hobbies, things that you're good at, but you just don't charge persons for it. You can monetize those things, as well as affiliate marketing. You can promote Bridge First Technologies. You can promote other platforms, and you can get paid for that. And peer-to-peer lending, this is huge. These are ways that person who have funds can share those funds or loan them out, with the other persons, and then that's an embedded trust network. Now that is you as an individual. Let's see what happens when you put a community or team into effect. Now, I had to put this at the very top. Binary option team trading. Now we have this great company in Barbados called the Cohort Group of Barbados, and they're doing this. So this is not a fictional idea. There are persons in Barbados who have galvanized this skill set, formed an entity, and they're trading by themselves as a group. Yeah, so that is also possible. There's also crowdfunding, meaning that persons can put funds together. Stacks are a variant of crowdfunding. Service-based businesses provide a service online or consulting services. If you're good at something, don't do it for free. Yeah, I got that quote from Batman, actually from the Joker in the Batman movie. But that is very true. If you're good at something, we are encouraging you here at Bridge First Technologies to provide that service, but don't do it for free. I had to learn this. My wife said, Carl, Bridge First Technologies is not a charity, it is a business. And that way we're trying to revamp the look and feel and presentational value to let you know that we are going to provide quality service from 2024 and beyond. Now, Bridgeford Technology is all about leveraging innovative technology. Now, the benefit of leveraging innovative technology is the ability to streamline processes and inform efficiency. By implementing cutting-edge solutions such as JST technology, trade automation, and data analytics, you can minimize errors and make faster and more informed decisions. Like our companion app not only saves time but resources, but also allows you to stay ahead of the competition by offering better speed and precision when making trades, and we're revamping the entire process. Overall, embracing, let's get rid of this. Overall, embracing new technologies can revolutionize the way you operate in binary options, driving growth and success in the modern digital asset era that is approaching us in 2024 and beyond. Now, I want to keep this idea in mind. I'm mentioning binary options here. There's going to be a slide which I will speak specifically about this. This has a direct impact on Bridgeford Technologies. Now, I'm going to mention this graphic very, very briefly. The first guy is sitting on a bar chart, but his feet are on the arrow. The next guy has a loudspeaker trying to broadcast his success. But the next person has a scope in his hand looking beyond into the future, where he came from. Now, the next person is a female, but the female, and your group is growing now, and you're collaborating with other persons to build ideas. And last but not least, you've reached success and beyond, and the arrow goes up and up and up. But you're having those rewards, those tangibles that are proof that all these tools you have here, the calculator, the magnifying glass, the documentation, the graphs that documents your journey throughout this entire process. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen, and Bridgeford Technologies allows you to do that via innovative technology, okay? All right, so how does Bridgeford Technologies leverage innovation? Now, I came up with an acronym as well, SPEED. It does seamless transaction across Barbados and the Caribbean. What it's going to focus on is going to precisely focus on Caribbean nationals is vital to the core metric of Bridgeford Technologies. Now, the economic impact across the Caribbean is paramount. We want to make sure that the economies of the Caribbean benefit from this process. E, effective access and security of digital assets. Now, that is lacking today. We're going to discuss that briefly in another slide, but this is paramount. We want to make sure you have access, not only access, but secure access to your digital assets. And lastly, but not least, diversified portfolios. D, that is having your portfolios managed by Bridgeford Technologies. That is key. Okay, so the overall our leveraging spans across these 5 elements. Now, this is a quote I came up with. Money can be replaced. Time is irreplaceable. Now, if you look at the flower here, is a nice plant, but this took time to grow. So does money, but you cannot even quantify how long this plant came to be. In the event that you go to a bank and you withdraw, let's say $1,000, and you leave that bank and you go over to the next store and you see something that costs $999. As quick as you got that $1,000, you spend it on something. But when you have the innovative technology that Bridgeford Technology gives you access to, you can generate that $1,000 over and over and over again. It's just time. So the money can be replaced, but the time that went into research that software to develop it, the time you are spending right now on this Zoom call, you cannot replace that. And Bridgeford Technologies want to make sure that everyone here is rewarded very greatly for that time you invest into our brand. Now, we get an O. Organize all financial information. All kinds of financial information can be overwhelming and disorganized if not managed effectively. We all know this with all the cryptocurrency wallets we have, and the passwords and all kinds of things. However, by implementing a systematic approach to organizing this data, clients of Bridgeford Technologies can gain clarity and control over their finances. This includes categorizing expenses, maintaining accurate records of income, investment, and debts, and using tools such as spreadsheets or financial software to track and manage financial information. So it is not just about depositing funds and getting funds from the start and repeat. It's much larger than that. The financial flood is coming, and we want you to be able to quantify and document where you're going, not only where you're at, where you're going. Organizing all financial information not only provides a clear picture of current financial standings, but also enables better decision-making, budgeting, and planning for the financial flood of this year, ultimately to improve financial health and stability. Now, I'm going to breeze through this. I will not touch each of these, but this is a nice little PowerPoint slide that allows you to look at how to organize your financial data, and it focuses on safety. This is paramount. Now, when you're organizing your financial data, you must pay close attention to these elements. Security, two-factor authentication, which is 2FA. You can invest in a ledger, have better passwords, or even a password book that can help. There's also a device called a YubiKey. This goes into your USB port, and it stores elements for your passwords. Your passwords are not stored on your browser. The key stores it, but your browser has to ask the key permission, and then you insert a key, and then you log into the website. It's very cool. Also, biometrics. Your fingerprint cannot be faked. So you can, all these elements you can add to security for all these platforms you're using. Access. Now you're looking at emails, backing up all of your passwords. Now this is huge. Accessing the internet via a local area network or LAN versus Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, your laptop can be hacked very easily. So plugging your laptop or your tablet using a cable or a converter cable into the network is better than using Wi-Fi. Making sure that when you're accessing your digital wallets, make sure you're by yourself. Even when you go to the ATM, make sure you're by yourself. That all these elements are done in solitude. And like this here at Bridgeford Technologies, you're building a community. In the Capabilities Network, we want you to understand that we're all here to help each other. Funding, cryptocurrency, platforms like Wise.com, PayPal, Bridgeforce Technologies, tangibles, even in money. There are so many ways you can fund your investments and also store them in the financial flood. Now, this part is very key, ladies and gentlemen, engagement. The same way how I'm engaging with you, you need to engage with other person, spread the knowledge, spread the opportunity. Also, charity. This is so powerful. I didn't create a slide for this, but when you want to help you organize your financial data, allow another company to do it for you. Imagine that. So when you donate to other entities, not only do you get the tax benefits, but you have proven that the wealth you have is not sitting on the bank just there to generate interest for yourself. You can take your funds and document it as you're sharing around the world, and you know that your funds are going to good use, and you also save money from the tax benefits as well. Tithing, allowing to know that your Father above gave you this great element, this great opportunity, and you can return 10% of that to him. Yeah. Investment, Bridgeford Technologies has many opportunities for that, and you want you to do this responsibly. You don't want you in the financial flood to be so consumed with everything that's happening, you're jumping at every single thing. You want you to invest responsibly. And let's get about trust. I'm trying to build trust with you as you're trying to do the same thing with Carl and Bridgeford Technologies. So we want to make sure that we have that private connection with you. When you have those one-on-one meetings with Carl, you can be fully open and honest about what you want to do. Confidentiality, that's key. Make sure you're making strategic decisions. Always be focusing on the investment and make sure that the information is simplified as possible. I'm going to try to myself to break down all the jargon and speak pure Bayesian sometimes, but break it down and try to speak one-on-one so you can understand what I'm saying and you can speak clearly and we can understand each other. Let's talk about yield, growth. we want to make sure that your portfolio grows over the 5 years. We don't want your portfolio to, in 2026, to look the same way as it looked in 2024. And we want concrete proof it works. You don't want speculation. You don't only want projections. You want tangible proof that these processes work, and giving you monthly projections. Every month you can see growth, and they're measurable, making sure that you can quantify what you place in the hands of Bridge4 Technologies, what you get back in return. And let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, you want to make sure that everything is above board and everything is done legally. You're not breaking any laws doing here, okay? So those are things you can focus as you not only interface with Bridge4 Technologies, but when you interface with other companies as well. Please make sure you practice this safety mechanism. Great. Now, we're going to get into some myths now. How to own your digital assets. That's great. We're going to detail the myths of digital asset ownership right now. Right? This is the first myth. So strap in. Let's talk about these myths. Myth number 1, custody proves ownership. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a myth. The truth is, documentation proves ownership. Let's take Bridge4 Technology for example. Persons over the last 6 years would have placed funds in the Bridge4 Technologies. Those funds are not Bridge4's. No, they're not. The methodology in which you place those funds in the Bridge4 Technologies, First Caribbean, cryptocurrency, cash, all that was documented, where the source, where it came from. So ultimately, those funds are not ours. Those funds are yours. So Bridge4 Technologies does not own those funds. You do. But if we use the myth number 1, if custody proves ownership, that means Bridge4 Technology can say those funds are ours because we actually have custody of those funds. Those funds are on our accounts, but that's not true. The documentation proves that those funds are yours. Granting, but this is how you build upon that knowledge. Granting Bridge4 Technologies access. Remember, Bridge4 Technology asks you for emails to not only log into your accounts, but do what? You give in Bridge4 Technologies permission to use those funds in merge copy and so forth. Granting Bridge4 Technologies access to your digital assets is crucial. I'll tell you why. Unlike physical assets, digital assets are often protected by passwords, encryption, and other security measures that can make them inaccessible without proper authorization. I had a client who had a Binance account, and because they lost access to the 2FA, imagine that they would not be able to prove that that account was theirs. It gets about documentation. So without the ability to access these assets, they may be lost forever. The very platform itself cannot give you access because of your say-so, because the technology documentation, ladies and gentlemen, does not allow them to do that, causing significant financial and emotional stress to loved ones or beneficiaries. So right now, persons are, before the financial flood is coming, you need to practice these things, ladies and gentlemen. So when the funds come, you're not locked. So you can see it on the screen, but you can't do anything with it. Yeah, we don't want that. By giving permission to Bridge4 Technologies and providing clear instructions on how to access remember, we're accessing your digital assets, not ours, yours. Clients can ensure that their assets are properly managed and distributed according to their wishes. Remember, Bridge4 Technologies is operating based on your direction. And in the event of incapacity or someone stealing your identity, preventing potential legal and financial complications for their benefactors. This is a Bridge4 Technologies want to allow you to have this benefit in your family, your family's children, years to come. So we want to make sure that we break all these myths that just because someone has access to account, that does not mean that they own the funds. The funds are yours. Great. Myth number 2. Passwords are entirely secure. Ladies and gentlemen, they are not. Passwords can be compromised. That's the truth. Passwords, while a common form of authentication, are not completely secure on their own. Okay, so they're good, but by themselves, they're not that secure. They can be vulnerable to various security threats, such as phishing attacks, brute force attacks, password breaches. Someone may create their password as pass1234. That could be an easy guess, okay? Some person's password is password PASSOWORD, believe it or not, yeah? So more of a password can be forgotten. I mean, it's something that happens. You may have a password stored on your laptop, and your laptop crashes. And what are you going to do? So they can be lost or stolen, leading to unauthorized access to sensitive information. Some persons throw away laptops, not even taking this into account. Someone finds the laptop in a dump, doesn't format it, recovers the hard drive, and boom, they have access to all of your sensitive information. So we want to make sure that persons are provided with technology that trumps that. Okay, to enhance security, this is what Bridge for Technology recommends. We want you to use our tangibles. Now, once you use tangibles for each pocket option account, no passwords, ladies and gentlemen. No passwords needed, because we're gonna look at the comment or my statement at the bottom. You cannot steal what doesn't exist. So if your funds are not in a pocket option account, they're not in Binance, they're not on Kraken, they can't be stolen. They are wrapped up in a mathematical construct, and in the instance of extraction, they're sent to you in that instance. So your files, your information is not passwords. There is no email address. There isn't something that someone can brute force attack Bridge for Technology to get access to. It is done in real time. The stack gets created, is configured, is traded with, and instantly in that millisecond it is sent to your account. It cannot be stolen. So we want to use that and give another benefit as well too. Once you put two-factor authentication on your withdrawals or deposits, Bridge for Technology still needs your permission to even do processes on your account. Yeah, you may give Bridge for Technology access to it, but when we want to take funds off on your behalf, you're telling us what to do. Even in that instance, you need to give us that 2FA code. Yeah. So there's certain layers of security we're going to build into this for you. So we want to do that to make sure that you have regular and maintained connectivity to the stacks and oversight to mitigate any risk you may encounter. Okay. Always remember, you cannot steal what doesn't exist. Now, I'm going to spend 5 minutes on this. This is huge. Myth number 3: binary options will exist forever. That's the biggest myth. The truth is, binary options will be replaced. Now, we have Bridge for Technologies. Our first element of our software deals with binary options. So you may be asking questions about if binary options will not exist forever, it will be replaced. Why is Bridge for Technologies focusing on in 2024? I'll tell you why. This is by far an untapped resource. Most persons go towards traditional bonds and stocks, even Forex. The binary option environment is filled with unregulated platforms. There is not a platform that is legally vetted across the world. There's no one single platform that is accepted. That doesn't exist right now. Okay, so binary options were heavily promoted by Bridge for Technologies last year as a simple and lucrative investment opportunities, but you have to realize this. It's important to understand that they're not a permanent or guaranteed source of income. So Bridge for Technologies realizes that it has software that it can use to provide trades to you, but we also want you to know that Bridge for Technologies is moving into hard assets, real estate, gold, and so forth, that you can diversify your portfolio. It would be very wrong of us to take our funds and only focus on binary options. Okay, that is a highly speculative environment. Binary options contracts have expiration dates. The cohort team, their versatility exists in 5 second, 10 second, 15 second, 1 minute, and so forth. But you can open a binary option trade for a day if you wanted to, like 24 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. That is possible. But even in that construct of pocket options, you are restricted to 30 trades per second. And one time it was more. So you're constantly working in an environment that is contracting, and Bridge for Technologies doesn't want your portfolio to do the same thing. So we're allowing you to realize that we're going to give you a wide array of options going forward as the financial flood approaches us. Okay, so allowing you to know that it typically ranges from minutes to hours, in some cases seconds, which they become worthless if the predicted outcome does not occur. So you don't want your account to get less and less and less. All of us want our accounts to grow. So additionally, binary options trading is highly speculative, and involves significant risk. Now, including the potential loss of the entire investment. A lot of persons may understand this. If you put a trade in and you win it, you get back your investment plus a 92% gain. Now, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. In the event that you lose the trade, you don't lose 50%, you don't lose 20%, not even 90%, 100% of your investment is lost. So we have tools like buy, sell, sell that allows you to mathematically get those trades back. But realistically, in the event that you press a trade and you don't trade after that, those funds are gone. So that is why, you're going to read here, many jurisdictions have also imposed restrictions or outright bans on money market trading due to concerns about its fairness and transparency. So Bridge for Technologies is being fully transparent here, is that we focused a lot on it in last year, 2023. We even have an app that works very versatile with it. But now, with the advent of tangibles, our software can work with Binance.com. That is not money market trading. That is just trading by itself. Forex, PayPal, Waze.com. Our app allows us to move funds using transactions across any platform, not just money market trading. So let's let the persons know that your effort and your interest in what we're doing here at Bridge for Technologies expands outside of money market trading. Because the financial flood is coming, and the company wants to make sure that you're well positioned to take advantage of it. It's crucial for the clients, you, of Bridge for Technologies, to approach money market with caution. We want you to do your own research. Don't just take Carl's word for it. Do your own research and see whether or not Pocket Options is a reputable company. See look at Deriv, DRIV. There's also one called IQ Options. There are many out there, ladies and gentlemen. And then you can look in to see whether the companies that own these entities are regulated or not. In certain states in America, money options is not even allowed. So we want you to be aware of the risk involved, but at the same time, Bridge First Technologies is going to provide you with a wide array of avenues of investment. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that I took my time to go through this one, because this one is huge. Because right now, that is where we are at, money options, but that is not where we're going to stay. Yeah. So when we move to also include money options, but other methodologies, and that financial flood comes, we don't want you to be, stuck on one boat. You have a fleet of boats that can carry across the abundance that's coming. Okay. Now, myth number 4. This is also powerful. A lot of persons believe that cash will always be king. Traveling home tonight, we wanted to get something to eat, and we thought of ourselves, we don't even have any cash on us. Not all companies in Barbados accept cards. So cash has importance, but the truth is, it will be replaced by digital currency at some point in time. It's only a matter of time, really. So the belief that cash is king suggests that holding cash is the safest and most valuable asset. But this may not always be the case. In an increasingly digital and internet-connected world, the value of cash is subject to change. Factors such as inflation, economic instability, and also, imagine this, Bridge First Technologies has created tangibles. So our very own innovative technology advancements will impact the value of and relevancy of cash. So Bridge for Technologies is a disruptive company. So yes, you are part of our clients, and yes, you will see this company challenge the dominance of cash. Right now, we are trying our best to understand how tangibles will affect the Barbadian economy. As persons move away from using PayPal, West Union, and switch over to our network, what's going to happen then? Yeah, great stuff coming up in our next success series. Now, additionally, the rise of BFT tangibles, our technology, and cryptocurrencies has challenged the notion that cash is the ultimate form of currency. Now, while cash may still be important, it still has the importance for certain transactions and emergencies. Its dominance as the primary form of currency is being challenged. I'll give you an example. An individual should consider diversifying their assets to adapt to changing financial landscapes. Now, let's look at 3 or 4 years ago, when Barbados was knee deep in the pandemic, and you may have funds on your card, but you may not have cash. You couldn't leave home. So you have funds, you may have funds at home in your physical cash in your wallet or at your home, but you can't spend it because you can't leave home. But your funds being in either cryptocurrency, we don't have tangible back then, on your credit card, but it is in digital form, allowed you to interface with companies and still conduct business. But physical cash is limited in that respect. It has its benefits as well. Yeah, in the event of a hurricane and those same ATM networks are compromised, cash is used. So there are pros and cons of it, ladies and gentlemen. But as the technology gets better, we want a person to know that we want to really diversify your portfolio. Now, D, and according to the end of the presentation now, we want you to deposit funds regularly into trusted investments outside of Bridgeford Technologies. So we started out focusing on additional sources of income. We were right smack bad that right there. We want you to look around, not only Bridgeford Technologies, ladies and gentlemen, other trusted investments, and place your funds in them as well. The financial flood is bigger than Bridgeford Technologies because Bridgeford Technologies will be a catalyst for it. Yes, I said it. Bridgeford Technologies will be a catalyst for the financial flood, which will expand beyond our borders. Dominica, Trinidad, America. It will start here, but most persons believe that the wealth of the world will trickle down to us. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not work that way. You have to create and affect change, and that's what Bridgeford Technologies is doing. So before this change expands from Barbados across the world, you're placing your investments in those companies. So when those companies boom, as a result of this, you already position yourself for growth. Yeah, that way the early bird gets the worm. Yeah, you're burning your candles on both ends. Yeah, I don't like the term killing two birds with one stone. So we're allowing you to have multiple portfolios strategically placed across the world. So when these companies do well because of what we're doing here in Barbados, you are benefiting because you're clients. Yeah. So I want to focus on two things. These two acronyms I created, they don't exist. So if you go on Google, you will find them. KYN, know your net worth. Do not, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, do not let financial institutions dictate your wealth, your worth, your being. Don't do that. Do not let your bank account tell you that's all you have. Don't ever do that. But have an independent, this is an independent method by which to accurately calculate your net worth, and it's also grow your net worth in times of great wealth opportunities to determine which is the best opportunity to take. So you're not just looking at your bank account, ladies and gentlemen. Don't look at that only. Don't let your bank tell you what you are worth. That is not what you're worth. God has given you something inside of you that's much worth than your bank account. Don't ever do that. Also, always stay liquid ASL. It is not ideal to be using 100% of digital assets, cryptocurrency, and or cash, but use cash, digital assets, and other easily convertible assets like real estate, gold, and other hard assets. So we want you to take your wealth, store some of it in cash, store some of it in crypto, put some in the bank, it's still digital assets there, but put your wealth in other things as well. Gold, real estate, these are hard, easily convertible assets that are universally accepted, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you can't take a piece of Barbados and take it to America. It is Beijing land, and you would have owned it, and that would increase in value. Gold is through the roof recently. So you're looking at your portfolio, and it's growing because you had the foresight to prepare for the financial flood. Okay, I'm going to go deeper into these things right now. Okay, KYN, know your net worth. This emphasizes the importance of understanding your true financial standing, independent of external influences, especially financial institutions such as banks. And yes, we said it, Bridgeford Technologies. Do not let Bridgeford Technologies tell you that you're only going to get X from a stack. You should know the date you deposited, the amount you deposited, what is the potential yield, providing a consistent, and keep connected with Bridge4 Technologies. That way you know what your ultimate net worth is. By independently and accurately calculating your net worth, don't let Carl tell you what it is. Don't let Carl do that. Which is the difference between your assets and liabilities. You look at what your liabilities are, your bills and so forth, like things that leave your portfolio. Assets are where you add up what they're worth. You determine that, not me, or I assist you in doing that. You gain a clearer picture of your financial health, not wealth, health. This knowledge empowers you to make informed decisions about managing and growing your wealth. During times of great wealth opportunity, because Bridge4 is going to give these things to you to grow your portfolio in a bound, but you can't sit down and only calculate based on what my company tells you. Do your due diligence, okay? So we want you to make informed decisions concerning that, growing your wealth. During times of great wealth opportunities, such as investment booms, which are provided by my company, Bridge4 Technologies, or economic growth periods. Now, my company doesn't control that. In the event that Barbados economy does greatly, I mean, we will have an impact, but not a direct impact on that. My company is not large yet, okay? So KYN, knowing your net worth, helps you assess which opportunities aligns best with your financial goals. You're not gonna grab at everything that Bridge4 puts out. Let's be honest, okay? So you have to pick and choose based on where you wanna go, what stack you wanna connect to, okay? And risk tolerance. If this opportunity sounds a bit too risky to you, don't invest. You may have the funds. My spiritual advisor told me, his mother said to him, sometimes you have to get on, you don't have money. Forget it. You may have $100,000 in your bank and you have to purchase, you know what, that land just came up on my computer. I don't want to buy that. Sometimes you have to examine yourself, what type of land is it? What is the history of it? Where does it exist in a water course? Do your due diligence, yeah? Just having money doesn't mean you have to invest in everything that you see, but knowing your wealth, but by knowing your worth and staying informed is very key. You can confidently navigate financial decisions and seize opportunities that lead to long-term financial success. Ladies and gentlemen, you are here before the flood comes. This presentation was designed to prepare yourself before it comes, okay? The Israelites were told to get ready. They got ready. So I'm asking you now, before we leave Egypt and going to the part of the Red Sea, this is a very good analogy actually, which was done by the very hand of God. We want you to be prepared for that journey, okay? And also follow in obedience and allow you to actually experience long-term financial success, okay? No, I love this. I mean, I was a little caveat here. I was at a gas station and I wanted to buy something, and I purchased the gas with cash, thinking that I want to buy something. I went into the ATM in the gas station, and the card would not be accepted. So this is very key. This is very key. Always, ladies and gentlemen, stay liquid. You know, we always say always stay connected. You can add on to that, always stay liquid. This underscores the ASL. This is an acronym I created, so you don't find it on the line. It underscores the importance of maintaining liquidity, not just cash, in your financial portfolio. Now, while digital assets and cash are essential components, it's prudent not to allocate 100% of your resources to them. So when you have funds in your home, you can see the cash. When you have funds on your bank account, that's great, but don't only do that. You have to put your wealth into other things than just money, okay? You have to let your portfolio work for you. By diversifying into easily convertible assets like real estate, gold, and other hard assets, you ensure that you have resources readily available in times of need or opportunity. Liquidity provides you with the flexibility to take advantage of favorable investments, cover unexpected expenses, or navigate challenging economic conditions without having to sell out assets at unfavorable prices. That happens with crypto all the time. You may have purchased Bitcoin in its boom, yeah? I did convert it to a stable coin, and then Bitcoin drops. And you don't want to lose any more of it, so you have to then convert it to Tether. You're actually converting the Tether less than you bought it at. That's a loss, yeah? So we don't want you to do that. We don't want you to invest in some land and you didn't sell it, and then an article came out that there was, God forbid, a oil spill or some chemical spill in the area, and overnight your land is worth half the way it was worth before. So these things must be taken into consideration. So you must diversify your portfolio. Yeah. Now, ESL, always stay liquid, encourages a balanced approach to wealth management, ensuring that you're prepared for whatever comes, whatever financial circumstance comes your way, wealth in abundance or lack thereof. You must be positioned to always stay ahead of the curve. Now, this allows you to easily jump on board when Bridgeford Technologies provides you with opportunities. This has plagued the network. Persons seeing opportunities and you're not liquid. No, we are trying to bring those funds that you invested before to fruition, and that will allow you to go forward. So we understand we have to balance the two. ASL allows clients to capitalize on investment opportunities that Bridgeford Technologies provides. So we want to wrap this up in the next board for you. Okay. Conclusion. I'll read this. I'll end off with the image at the bottom. In conclusion, preparing for a financial flood is of paramount importance to safeguard all Bridgeford Technologies clients, you, ladies and gentlemen, and their portfolios. Just as one would prepare for a hurricane in Barbados by putting gas in your car, that's tangibles. You know, getting those tangibles stocked up and start putting canned food. We all do this. Yeah, no one has to tell us when a hurricane passes. Just do this automatically. Individuals and businesses alike, I'm using those two things as a metaphor here, must fortify their financial structures. So before this financial flood comes, ladies and gentlemen, you have to position yourself to benefit. Prepare for it. Okay. So this is what you do. What I'm going to list here, but I've covered in all these slides. We're focusing on 1, alternative sources of income. 2, leveraging innovative technology. 3, organizing all financial information. 4, owning digital assets. And lastly, depositing funds frequently into trusted investments. It's a nice circle. I can already see a infographic here in a nice circle economy, allowing you to have investments in other entities, but not only that, depositing constantly into them, but the trusted ones. Not just there's not anything that comes at your email. Research, do your due diligence. Let Bridgeford Technologies bet them for you. That's great. This is key to be proactive rather than reactive. I found that right now in the network, we are sliding down the reactive pool. We don't want that. We want person to be proactive, be positioned before opportunities come. You're there ready to go, ensuring that when the financial floodwaters arise, and they are, ladies and gentlemen, they're coming, you are not swept away, but stand firm. You're solidified in all of your practices on solid financial ground. With who? Bridgeford Technologies at your side. And if you look at the bottom here, the image here, you can see the brown land, and then on extend that you have the waters. But look at the mountains, ladies and gentlemen. The mountains not only are part of the land, but they extend out into the sea. But ladies and gentlemen, look at where these two land masses meet. At the very tip where they meet, that's where water is. That is really financial flood. So when that tide comes in, that water would cover us in the depths of our financial debt. Some of us are there. This flood will cover that. It will cover us on the land. We're just on the beach, just getting our toes wet, but that rush of water is coming in. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the water will be so high that it will cover these mountains. That's what's coming. And Bridgeford Technologies wants to assist you in that journey. Okay, so we want to thank you very much for giving your time to this presentation. I took my time with it. It's a little bit longer than usual, but I think it is best that we take our time, because this is going to be a radical shift in the coming weeks. Now, if you have any questions or need clarification regarding this presentation, please don't hesitate to reach out to Bridgeford Technologies. We are really here to support and guide you through this journey. Now you can email myself, the Visionary of Bishop Technologies, at carl@triviumstrategic.co, or WhatsApp me at 1246-231-7762 to connect with me. Now, I want to borrow what my wife says. I love what she says is, we look forward to seeing you at our next live webinar in next BFC Success Series, hosted every first and third Saturday of each month at 8:30, same time as tonight. We had it last Saturday. We're going to have another one this coming Saturday. And I love what she says is, join us by visiting www.rebrand.ly/replicate with an 8. Yeah, I love that. So I want person to realize that we are really pleased to have you here, and we're really eager to go on this journey with you.